Alrighty, I'm back, everybody, and today we're going to be spinning off of the earlier video I posted earlier. We're going to be talking more NFL, not going to be talking about my Dallas Cowboys. We're going to be talking about the NFC Championship game. We have, as maybe if I didn't mention in the last video, we have the 1 against the 2. Is the 2 seed potentially stronger than the number 1 seed? We shall find out today, as the Arizona Cardinals will face the Carolina Panthers for who will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. Let's talk about Arizona first, the road team. Arizona played these guys last year, ended up losing. They ended up losing really badly too. I think they ended up losing like 31-13, but that was when Carson Palmer got hurt. He tore up his knee, and Palmer was done for the year, and they had to rely on Drew Stanton, but Carolina just overwhelmed Arizona. And I think overall, the one thing that might hurt the Arizona Cardinals' chances of winning the Super Bowl is they're missing key piece on their defense, Tyrann Mathieu, who, of course, back in Week 15 tore his ACL and was announced done for the year. They had that ugly finish to last week in that amazing game against the Green Bay Packers. I think Larry Fitzgerald will be guarded by Josh Norman, most likely. I still think Josh Norman has a lot to learn. I'm not trying to hate on Josh Norman. I think he's had the best year out of any corner in the league this year. But I still think Larry Fitzgerald might get the ultimate win out of this. Kind of like how Julio Jones beat him that 1 week in the week that Carolina's actually only loss. Josh Norman got beat by Julio Jones big time. But getting back to Arizona, I think Arizona's stronger offensively. I think they're stronger defensively. Obviously, you can compare Patrick Peterson to Josh Norman. I think these are two very fine-looking corners. I think these two players are going to be the headlines. I don't know at minimum who Patrick Peterson will take, but most likely Peterson will probably cover, I really don't know, maybe Corey Brown, Ted Ginn, Jericho Cotchery, I don't know, maybe even Greg Olsen. I know Greg Olsen is Cam Newton's security blanket. What Greg Olsen is to Cam Newton is like what Jason Witten is to Tony Romo and my Dallas Cowboys. It's what Rob Gronkowski is to Tom Brady and the Patriots. It's kind of like how Larry Fitzgerald is to the opposite side for the Arizona Cardinals. You feel me? I think like Larry Fitzgerald just catches everything, and I think Larry Fitzgerald is the one player in these playoffs that deserves to win a Super Bowl before his career is over. That's just me. I personally think he deserves to win a Super Bowl. I really don't know why so many people berail, the Panthers and Cam Newton. And Cam Newton, let's talk about this guy. He's one of the most outstanding quarterbacks in the league this year. I personally think he deserves to win the NFL's Most Valuable Player of the Year award. He has the stats to back it up. He's rushed over 1,000 yards, I think, for a quarterback, or over 500 yards for a quarterback. He's passed for over 3,000, almost 4,000. He has, I believe, 30 touchdown passes with, I think, maybe in between 5 to 10 rushing touchdowns. Definitely believe this guy deserves the MVP. The fuck out of here with this Tom Brady bullshit. I don't want to hear it. Tom Brady, I don't even think should have been able to play this year. That's just me personally. I think he shouldn't have even played this year. I think he honestly should have got a year's suspension. That's just a strong opinion from my standpoint. You cheat, you don't get to play. That's simple. It's like on a test. You cheat on a test, you fail your test. But getting back to the matchup, the keys to each play this game, for the Cardinals, give the ball to Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald's one of the best postseason performers in the history of the game. His one postseason run in 2008 was one for the ages. Had over 700 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, including what looked like was going to be the game-winning touchdown for him in the Super Bowl, but had eventually lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers back in the 08 postseason. Or the year, I believe, of 09. But you get my point. They won in the year of 2009, but it was the season of 2008. But getting back to the key for the Cardinals, you give the ball to Larry Fitzgerald. I think Larry Fitzgerald is experienced. I think he could beat Josh Norman. I think Kirk Coleman's a steady corner. Their safeties are okay as well. I think Roman Harper is the one that stands out. Roman Harper was the former New Orleans Saint. I think the Cardinals will also get it done on defense. I think they have a strong defensive line behind their captain, Calais Campbell, Frosty Rucker. They have some other new rookies on that D-line that have been very well for this Cardinals defense. And I would not want to see more than Bruce Arians win it this year. Me personally, I want the Arizona Cardinals to win it. I really do. If not for Bruce Arians, I want them to win it for not just Arians, their coach, but for their quarterback Carson Palmer and their all-time future Hall of Fame wide receiver Larry Fitzgerald. I truly believe they both deserve it. But getting now to the Panthers side, what's the key for the Panthers to win this game? It's simple. The Panthers' offensive line. They got to protect Cam Newton. They got to give him enough time in the pocket. They give him enough time in the pocket, he's going to make the play. And don't forget, Cam Newton can make the plays with his legs as well. So be very cautious of how Cam Newton will progress through the game, because not only will he get it done through the air, he will get it done through the ground as well. I remember that one game against, I believe it was the Giants. He, I think, was the first quarterback in NFL history to pass for 300 yards, throw for 5 touchdown passes, rush for over 100 yards, and I think he also, oh no, he didn't have the rushing touchdown, but he passed for 5 touchdowns, ran for 300, and rushed for 100. First player in the history of the game to ever do that. That's crazy. Not to mention, Newton is 6'5". He's the size of J.J. Watt. He's 260. He's about the size of, the average outside linebacker. And yet he runs a 4.5. The guy's a monster. I mean, he's just insane. I think it would be hard for that defense to bring him down, but I think if the offensive line protects him, they'll be safe. I truly believe if the offensive line holds their ground on that Cardinals D-line, I think that the Panthers win this game. Now, prediction, who I want to win, who I think will win, and what the score will be. I think the Cardinals pull this game out by a defensive score, or by forcing a turnover deep within the red zone. I think, and I want the Cardinals to win, as I've said. I want Arizona to win it all this year. And I think the Cardinals win this game 27-24. Maybe 31-28. It's close. I think it's going to be by a field goal difference. I really like that Chandler Catanzaro kid. I think he kicks the game-winning kick that sends Arizona to the Super Bowl, and I see it being Arizona-Denver in the Super Bowl. But in the meantime, that is the end of the NFC Championship game preview. And as always, God bless every single one of you children. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.